The challenge with being a graphic designer, however, is trying to make other people happy all the time and not making yourself happy as an artist. So I think I've always had kind of side projects that I've liked to do. I think collage for me was a great medium, and I've done collage for years. It's hard because I have hoarder tendencies, and I want to save every little magazine, because every little photograph can be repurposed in stamps and all sorts of things that are graphic. And so over years I've done journaling where I use those elements, then I go back, and sometimes I digitize them and work on them on the computer. I've also messed around a little bit with three-dimensional objects. I like sculpture, and I like doing kind of assemblages. But the work that I'm going to display here is mostly digital. Well, it's all digital, which is based on my photography, because I like doing photography. My dad was an amateur photographer. I remember he took a black and white class when we were kids. He would pose this all around the house, and then he would develop it in the bathroom. And then my brother actually became a professional photographer later in life, and I've learned a tremendous amount from him. But I just like playing around, taking pictures. And where I like to do that most is on vacation, because I can be completely present in the moment when I do that photography. I don't have to worry about clients, I don't have to worry about an objective, I just allow it to kind of come to me. And then oftentimes I'll look back at those photographs I'm taking on vacation when I'm back home, and I'll find unique gems that I didn't know I was taking at the time. And that's kind of what I'm showing, is juxtapositions of kind of man-made objects and natural objects that I've put together and found new meaning in them. And so there's a lot of kind of divine accident at work in the work that I'm showing here. I put them together just liking the way they worked kind of graphically. This image works well with this image, and you put it over top and you do some of the interesting filters in Photoshop. But then I'd go back and look at them and find different meaning. So all the work that I'm showing has some aspect of underwater photography, which is really where I'm at now. Is I'm really interested in water, because I think from an environmental perspective, it's such an important issue today. But there's also a beauty to it. When you can take pictures underwater, I'm blind as a bat, so when I'm taking pictures underwater, I don't have my glasses on. And so a lot of times I don't know what I'm photographing, I'm just clicking. And when I go back and look at it, some of them are out of focus, but they have a beauty. The color is incredible. Sometimes there's little particles of dust that get caught in the flash that looks like stardust. And it's kind of, again, a divine accident. You know what you do. So I like to take those kind of surprise photographs and juxtapose them with photos from land of man-made objects, and see if a new meaning kind of arises. And that's kind of what I'm after. And it's very subconscious. I'm not consciously trying to do this. When I put all these work together, I kind of thought, well, this is kind of like a statement on climate change. That maybe one day that many of the things that man creates will end up underwater. But I also work hard as a springs advocate, and I advocate for the health of Florida's 1,000 springs. And I'm constantly inspired by getting out in nature and taking photographs there. And it kind of ties together, because the environment and history and architecture